My mother was a prostitute. My father was a pimp. I bet I got your attention now. All right, check this out. So every year out here in Boston, we have this carnival called Juuvert. It's like a parade. It goes through the streets. It's in the afternoon. And almost every year, something pops off. We just had one recently. Something popped off. About 8 people got shot. I woke up this morning and God put it on my heart to address this. And I'm like, well, God, what should I say? And he put it on my heart to share a poem that I had written about 20-something years ago. That still rings true to this very day. So I'm going to share this poem for the youth, man. If you live by the streets, you're going to die by the streets. Because the only way to get by is to lie and to cheat. And if you live by the game, you're going to die by the game. It don't matter if you get to the top of the food chain. If you live by the gun, you're going to die by the gun. Always looking over your shoulder, getting ready to run. And if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. I'm sorry, those are the words of the Lord. Come on. You got to step on other people to try to get to the top. So you're going to do what it takes, whether they like it or not. You're going to lie, you're going to cheat, you're going to steal from your people too. Either you start telling or someone's going to be telling on you. God don't like ugly, believe it or not, it's true. What goes around comes around, so it's going to happen to you. The same way you had to step on someone just for the top is the same exact way they're going to step on you for your spot. If you live by the streets, you're going to die by the streets. Because the only way to get by is to lie in and cheat. And if you live by the game, you're going to die by the game. It don't matter if you get to the top of the food chain. And if you live by the gun, you're going to die by the gun. Always looking over your shoulder, getting ready to run. And if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. I'm sorry, those are the words of the Lord. Come on. Now, more than half the population's inspired by rap music. It's a tool used for influencing youth's movements. Like it or not, Jigger is one of the best in the game. Rather you love him or hate him, I know you heard of his name. He's making millions off his records and his label, man. Let's keep it real and put it all out on the table, man. He's making millions off of Rockaware and even vodka, man. You think he's walking around with a gun trying to pop him in? Rappers say they gangsters, so the kids try it out. Doing the things their favorite rappers only lied about. The same things you live for is what you die without. Soon as you enter the game, it's like your time is out. Why do you think when Eminem had an altercation with Kim, he had a gun and thought twice about putting the bullets in? Eminem is always rapping about killing Kim and sending her swimming in some lake, probably in Michigan. But the fact of the matter is, he's a rapper and an actor, and Kim is still alive while you trying to act like him. Come on. If you live by the streets, you're going to die by the streets. Because the only way to get by is to lie and to cheat. And if you live by the game, you're going to die by the game. It don't matter if you get to the top of the food chain. And if you live by the gun, you're going to die by the gun. Always looking over your shoulder, getting ready to run. And if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. I'm sorry, those are the words of the Lord. My own brother had a man that claimed ride or die with him. They clapped the man, then found out that the cops was going to get him. So his man thought about how the cops was going to hit him, turned around and told on him the love was never in him. Now my brother does 10 to 15 years in prison, trying to be real to the streets when the streets stopped him from living. Ask a kid from the hood why he lives the life that he lives. He'll just say, I'm keeping it real, it is what it is. Trying to be real to the hood when the hood was never real. Ever get locked and go to jail and your homies ain't make your bail? Then you got rappers talking about all the guns they clap, the people they killed, they slug, plugged holes in backs. How can you be a killer when you writing poems and raps, telling the truth, how your story's full of holes and cracks? And if anything you rap about is close to the truth, you gave the details to the crime, the cops should be looking for you. They wouldn't be accepting awards and the Vibe Awards, you would be in your man's basement trying to hide, of course. Real killers don't be begging Puff to give them a deal, and they ain't in the studio trying to prove that they real. The truth is, all the real killers are dead or in jail. So if those are your dreams, then keep on keeping it real. Peace.